Hello, and welcome to another Blacklist walkthrough guide. Today, we're going to be talking about writer profiles, how to find what your public writer profile looks like, and how to update all of the information that's on it. So right now, we are looking at our writer dashboard. This is the first thing that you see after you log in to your account. The reason that I have 3 projects here is because I have uploaded each of these projects into my dashboard. You can see right over here on the side in our left-hand navigation panel, I have 2 projects that are listed and 1 that's offline. That's important because if we go up here to our writer profile and click on that, you'll see that I have 2 projects represented in my public writer profile, even though there are 3 in my dashboard. So again, because 1 project is offline, that project won't show up here. So I only have the 2 that are listed or online that will show up in my writer profile. So this is what other folks see if they click on your writer profile. They would see an image right up here, your name. They have the ability to heart it and add it to their favorites collection if they want to keep you in mind. You have a chance right here to include a little bit of information about you. I encourage folks to keep this more professional than casual, but I do think it's totally okay to allow a little bit of personality to come through. This is where you get to tell us who you are as a writer, why you write about what you write about. Are there any common themes that appear across the body of your work? Do you have any subject matter that you particularly like to tackle? Do you have any work experience or lived experience that really influences your writing? If you have any particular expertise, I think that's always great to include here, as well as hobbies, kind of anything that helps folks get an idea of who you are as a writer, what informs your writing, and also kind of the scope of your life experience and expertise that you might be able to bring to a writing project or bring into a room. Beyond the biography, you have the ability to add personal websites and social links. Those would be right here. Representation as well. Notable works and awards, as well as additional experience. And then, of course, links out to your individual projects and their pages themselves. So if you've got TV pilots, they'll appear here. Your manuscripts would appear here. Your screenplays, your stage plays and musicals, all of that would appear here. And then folks visiting your public profile, they can click on this and they'd be redirected to the public project page of that project. Now, if you want to know how to update the information in your writer profile, let's go back to our dashboard. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to navigate up to the profile menu in the top right of our screen. Open that up, and then click Profile Settings from the drop-down menu. Now, these first couple tabs here are where you are able to update and add any information that's on that public writer profile that we were just looking at. So you can update your name. You're welcome to use your personal name or a pen name. Both are totally fine. You can update your bio here. Your profile photo, if you want to upload or add a new one, you would just click this edit icon right here, the little pencil. It'll open up a dialog box and you'd upload the new file there. And then just remember, anytime you update anything on any of these pages, make sure you're clicking the update button at the bottom of the page to save your changes. And once we've done that, we get a little confirmation message right at the top of the screen. Now in the representation tab, you can add information about any representation that you might have. So we've got film and TV writer reps, theatrical representation, as well as literary representation, with fields for agencies, managers, and lawyers as well. I do want to call your attention right down here. You have the option to click yes here under Apply to All Active Projects. So that just means that if your current representation happens to be connected to every project in your dashboard across the board, you could click that as a yes here. And that means that in the individual public project pages for each of these projects, like let's go back to the test here, there would be a representation section over here with that same information that you've added in your profile settings. The default here is no, because it doesn't tend to be common that you have the exact same representation across the board for all projects. But if that does happen to be the case for you, go ahead and click yes. It just saves you some time adding information on the project side of things. So if you change anything here, make sure you click the update button. Now we can go to accomplishments. Over here, you are able to add any notable works, particularly if you are a published writer. Make sure that you're adding that information here. If you're working in the TV space, we've got the ability to add highest staffing. And then additional experience. This is a pretty comprehensive list of options for things that you might have experience with. If you worked as an electrical engineer, if you have any experience with event coordination, fishing, floristry, obviously it's a long list. There's a lot to choose from. I don't suggest choosing everything you've ever done, but I do suggest choosing stuff that you have real expertise in or that has tended to really impact your writing or the type of subject matter that you write about. It helps folks understand who you are a bit more. And it also provides interesting information for how you might be able to consult on something, right? If you have really deep knowledge about electrical engineering, that could be very useful on a project or in a room. And then if you have any achievements that are on this list, you can include it here. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but these are some pretty well-known kind of achievements across the film, TV, publishing, and theater spaces. So if any of these apply to you, make sure you click it and we'd update here. Great, we get our success notification. And then when we go back and look at our writer profile, we'll see a couple new things added there. We've got a social tab right here, which allows you to add personal websites or any social links. All of this is obviously personal choice. You can include as many or as few as you'd like. I will call out, though, that be sure you're adding the direct link to your profile in each of these boxes and not the handle itself. You'll need the full link. Again, if you add anything here, you'll click Update. And then finally, in the Memberships tab, if you are a member of a professional guild that is included on this list, make sure you add it and include your membership number. The reason this list looks the way that it does is that all of these guilds have professional affiliations and they work with us to ensure that we're able to verify the membership numbers of their members. I will also say, if you're a member of a guild, there is a 20% discount that you are eligible to receive for all purchases and services made across the site. So if you are a member of a guild that's included here, make sure you add it so that you can have access to that discount. And if you made any changes here, you'd update. Finally, I want to call your attention to the privacy tab. This is a much bigger discussion, and we'll do a full walkthrough guide about all of the privacy customization that you have available to you as a writer on the site. But because we're talking about writer profiles, I wanted to make sure that you see that you have the ability to really customize who can see your writer profile. The default is that it's public because the idea is that this works for you like a professional portfolio, that you have a direct link that you can put anywhere where people can click on it and they can see who you are. They can quickly see if you've got any representation. They can quickly get a sense of where you're working, what your expertise is, and the type of projects that you write, as well as ability to click into the projects themselves. But if you don't want your public writer profile to function in that way, you can update who has access to seeing it right here. So instead of public to anyone on the internet, it could be only folks that have blacklist accounts, or only vetted industry members and writer members that are guild affiliated, or just our vetted industry members. Or the most private option, you can remove it entirely and you are the only one that sees it. But I just wanted to call that out. Again, we want this to be working for you and the way that you want it. If you make any updates here, you'll just click that button down there. All right, let's go and look at our profile again. So as a reminder, we'll go to the left-hand navigation panel. You'll click My Profile. And because we made a few updates, we'll be able to see those here. So we see we've got my electrical engineering and floristry is now added in my additional experience. There's a new achievement section now because we added an achievement there. So that's it. That is how your writer profile functions. This is what it looks like. That's how you get to it to see it. And that's how you update it. If you're curious and you want to do a little bit more of a deep dive into why this functions this way and kind of our thinking behind how to use it, we recently posted a Substack article. So if you want to do a deep dive, go over to our Substack. We have a special How to Use the Blacklist tab right here, and you can learn a little bit more. All right, we'll see you on the next one.